good too. Thank you so much for asking.
Okay. Thank you for being flexible with the different time zones and everything.
Oh, no, no, thank you. We have a huge time difference and still you managed to come on board. Thank you so much for joining.
No problem.
Okay, so let me first introduce our platform to the audience. Shevolve is India's first personalized mentoring platform for women with over 2,000 plus members focusing on elevating diversity and women leaders with our simple objective to lift as we rise. Shevolve is a platform to empower women to help them in their career journeys, especially when women take a career break and they wish to restart their career after that break. They face a lot of difficulties, so our industry experts are there who are going to help you and guide you in the right direction. And you can reach out to us at shevolve.in. And viewers, we have Ashira Nelson with us today, aka SavvyGirlMoney. She is a certified public accountant and a financial activist. Thank you so much, Ashira, for joining.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Mhm. Okay, let's get started with the session. And my first question to you is, could you please take us through your career journey?
So my career actually started off in banking. When I got out of college, I accepted a job preparing taxes for a bank. It was very niche, meaning I would only get a little exposure to the tax industry. So I stayed there a couple years. I had a good time and met some really awesome people while I was there, made, I believe, like lifelong connections and lifelong friendships while I was at the bank. But at the bank, I felt like all of my talents were not getting utilized. So I decided once I became a CPA, which is certified public accountant, to explore new opportunities. So after I left the bank, I went to a wealth management firm. There, I was able to still prepare taxes. So I was a tax accountant, and I was exposed to a lot of different things, meaning I was able to do taxes for individuals, for businesses, for trusts. I got the opportunity to do tax planning. It was a better opportunity, especially for where I saw my career going. But within public accounting, or being a CPA, you want to get some public accounting experience. Public accounting is accounting firms that do work for public companies, sometimes where they are public, like where you could buy stock and shares in their company, or it's a private company, but a public accounting firm do work for like larger businesses and high net worth clients. So after I left the wealth management firm, I actually explored another opportunity to go work in public accounting. Public accounting, I love about that. And I'm still in a position in public accounting today because it gives me the opportunity to see a lot of different things. So much exposure. You never stop learning in this industry. I'm exposed to tax and audit, accounting, different accounting matters. And within the account or public accounting industry, you have a lot of people that are just willing to teach you things and you never stop learning. So that's my career journey so far.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I moved
So
around a lot or a little, but hey, it was all for me about exploring new opportunities and never getting too comfortable at a position.
it's very important to explore and experiment with your skills.
Absolutely, absolutely. You don't want to get stagnant, especially while you're young. If you feel like you are not learning enough or they're not utilizing your skills, don't stick around. And then sometimes the biggest jump in your pay is when you move on to another company. And I can attest to that. I received the biggest jumps in my salary every time I moved to another company.
Absolutely. Since New Year is round the corner, so can you share some budgeting tips and how to create a realistic budget?
Okay, I definitely can share how to create some realistic budgets. Some budgeting tips. My first tip is that everyone should have a budget, no matter what. It might seem like self-explanatory, but there are so many people who just don't want to adopt some form of a budget. And I feel like it is needed no matter what. Um, and a budget doesn't have to be overly complicated. A budget can be super simple. Honestly, a budget can be listed on a piece of paper if you want, or you can use some type of spreadsheet or an app. No matter what method works for you, you want to make sure you are budgeting. And when you budget, I love this budgeting method. You guys will have to look it up, but I'll talk about it a little. I love this budget method. It's called zero-based budgeting. So the idea behind zero-based budgeting is you are giving every single dollar a job. So if you are bringing in, let's just say in the United States, we have dollars. What's your currency?
Sorry?
What's your currency in
Rupee.
India?
It's rupee.
Okay, so in the United States, we have the dollar, and then your currency. You want to make sure all of your income that's coming in at the beginning of the month, you give it a job. So if you have, for instance, we have the dollar, $2,000 coming in, each of the $2,000 need to have a job. I love that method. I've been budgeting for about 4 years, so I'm not even a one who's been budgeting like my entire life or last 10 years. No, I just been budgeting for 4 years, and it has made a difference in my entire financial process and in me leading to my financial success. But some tips on creating a realistic budget is I think you guys should base your budget on your personal goals, especially going into the new year's. Build your budget based on your goals. And what that looks like is if you want to purchase a new house next year, or maybe a car, or just save up for an emergency, build that into your budget. Your budget should reflect that goal. If I open up your budget and I don't see anything going to your savings, it's like, okay, are you truly committed to your goal? So make sure your budget is based on your goals, and every step in your budgeting process, stay true to those goals. I want you guys to keep it simple. Like I said, don't make it overly complicated. Within my budgeting categories, I just have the basics. I don't go into like 100 different categories. I like to keep it simple because I can commit to things that are simple. If it's overly complicated, I won't commit. Make your budget realistic. For me, if you're not going to be real with yourself, who are you truly going to be real with? Make it real and know that it might take time to get your actual numbers. Meaning, if this is your first time budgeting for the new year, give yourself grace as you are trying to figure things out. It may take a couple months. It took me about 3 months to really figure out my budgeting process. So give yourself grace. Don't be too hard on yourself. And know that a budget is supposed to be flexible. It's not to make it so that you can't live life or enjoy life. You want it to be flexible, and you want to review it often. Review your budget. Sometimes I review my budget every other day. I do it in an app, and most of the time I'm on my phone anyway. So why not take the time to quickly look at my budget, see where I'm at in different categories? So that's my tips for making your budget realistic and really committing to that budget.
Amazing points. I'm sure the audience is going to take away a lot of good points, uh, like starting simple and not complicating things and being
Absolutely.
flexible.
Mm-hmm.
Since the pandemic began, many people have been curious about how to save in their emergency funds. So, share your thoughts about how to prioritize saving and investment in a financially uncertain world.
Yes, with the pandemic, it was so much uncertainty. So I understand how you guys feel with the uncertainty, and you don't want to put too much in savings, or it's not a lot of income coming in. So it's like, how can I possibly save? But I think my best tip is during hard times or just in general, try to save as much as you can. Sometimes it's all about creating a positive habit. So getting in the habit of saving or getting in the habit of investing, that's what it's all about. So during the pandemic, or I don't know when it's ending, because I feel like sometimes that we're still in the middle of it. But during these hard times, just try to save something. Every little bit counts, especially as it relates to investing. Because when it comes to investing, you want to invest as early as possible. So if you can invest a little, let's just say in dollars, if you can invest $25 each month, that's something. It may not seem like a lot to someone, but that can have a good impact on your future. So when it comes to investing and saving during a pandemic, just get in a habit of saving. Even if it's small, it's just all about creating these positive habits. So when we move past the pandemic, your habits are already in place. You're already a good saver. You're already good at investing because you stuck through it through a pandemic.
Absolutely. So, Ashara, being a financial coach, you are educating a lot of people on various financial topics. What are your recommendations, and do you have for financial discipline? And what are some of your tips on creating a financial planner for the upcoming year?
I think my number one plan is just to get started. A lot of people are saying that they want to change their finances in the new year's or saying they want to start saving or investing, but they're just saying it. They're not taking action. So take the action today to be a better or to create a better financial life for your future. Getting started, honestly, is the hardest part. So definitely do that. Just get started. Take your first step. And another tip I like to tell people is, like I said, with the habits, sometimes it's just about getting started and just getting a habit of doing. So get in a habit of paying off some debt while starting small. Get in the habit of saving while your income might be low. Get in the habit of investing, like when you're starting your first jobs. Sometimes it's just all about the habit of doing something. You know, the saying is it takes like 21 days to create a new habit. So starting today will get you one step closer to this becoming like a permanent habit in your life and truly changing your financial future.
Absolutely. It was amazing, Ashara, to have you here. And thank you so much for sharing your experiences with us. I'm sure the audience is going to take away a lot of good points. It was great having you. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you for having me. And guys, if you are on Instagram, follow me on SavvyGirlMoney, where I give daily tips. And if you have any follow-up questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me on Instagram.
Absolutely. Okay.
Okay. Thanks for
Thank you.
having me.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Have a great day.
You too.